On January 20th, 2025, Donald Trump returned to the Oval Office with a flourish, signing a sweeping set of executive orders that signal a dramatic shift in American policy. These orders touched upon a wide range of issues from immigration and energy to diversity and transgender rights, setting the stage for a turbulent and potentially transformative period in American history. The orders have been met with a mixture of praise and outrage, highlighting the deep divisions that continue to define American society. The executive orders represent a clear departure from the policies of the previous administration, signaling a return to many of the themes that defined Trump's first term in office. These include a strong emphasis on national security, a more isolationist approach to foreign policy, and a deep skepticism of climate change and environmental regulations. The orders have been praised by Trump's supporters who see them as a bold and necessary step to make America great again. However, the orders have also been met with fierce opposition from Democrats, civil rights groups, and environmental activists, who argue that they are discriminatory, harmful, and represent a dangerous overreach of executive power. The orders are likely to face numerous legal challenges in the coming months and years, setting the stage for a protracted battle over the direction of the country. The coming years will reveal the full impact of these executive orders on American society. The executive orders have also raised concerns among America's allies, many of whom are already wary of Trump's unpredictable style and America-first approach to foreign policy. The orders have the potential to strain relationships with key allies, particularly on issues such as trade, climate change, and human rights. The international community is watching closely to see how these executive orders will translate into concrete policy changes, and what impact they will have on the global stage. One of the most symbolic, albeit controversial acts of Trump's first day back in office was the renaming of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. This move, while seemingly insignificant to some, reflects a broader theme within these executive orders: the assertion of American dominance and the rejection of globalist ideals. The renaming of a geographical feature with such a long-standing name has sparked debate about historical revisionism and the projection of American influence. Another symbolic act was the reversal of the name of Mount Denali back to its pre-2015 name, Mount McKinley. This decision, though seemingly less impactful than the Gulf renaming, further underscores the administration's intention to reassert a particular vision of American identity. While the practical implications of renaming a mountain may be minimal, the symbolic gesture speaks volumes about the administration's priorities and its approach to governance. The renaming of these landmarks, while largely symbolic, has been met with mixed reactions. Supporters argue that it reflects a renewed sense of national pride and a rejection of what they see as excessive political correctness. Critics, however, view it as a meaningless distraction from more pressing issues and a sign of the administration's willingness to pander to its base, even at the expense of historical accuracy and international norms. These symbolic gestures, while seemingly insignificant on the surface, offer a glimpse into the broader ideological framework shaping the Trump administration's agenda. By prioritizing symbolic victories over substantive policy changes, the administration risks alienating allies and further dividing the American public. Only time will tell whether these symbolic gestures will translate into tangible benefits for the American people or simply serve as a distraction from the real challenges facing the nation. Immigration, a cornerstone of Trump's previous campaigns, takes center stage in this new wave of executive orders. Trump wasted no time in declaring a national emergency at the US-Mexico border, a move that allows him to bypass Congress and allocate funds towards the construction of a border wall. This declaration, while expected by many, has reignited the debate about executive power and the militarization of the border. The executive orders also call for a dramatic increase in deportations, with a particular focus on undocumented immigrants with criminal records. While the Trump administration argues that these measures are necessary to protect national security and public safety, critics argue that they are inhumane, will lead to the separation of families, and disproportionately target minority communities. The orders also include provisions to restrict asylum access, making it more difficult for people fleeing violence and persecution to seek refuge in the United States. These immigration policies, some of the most stringent in recent history, have sparked widespread protests and legal challenges. Critics argue that they are cruel, counterproductive, and undermine America's long-standing tradition as a nation of immigrants. The orders have also sown fear and uncertainty within immigrant communities, many of whom now live in fear of being separated from their families or deported to countries they barely know. The long-term consequences of these immigration policies remain to be seen. However, it is clear that they will have a profound impact on the lives of millions of people, both within the United States and beyond its borders. The orders have the potential to reshape the demographic landscape of the country and redefine what it means to be American. Section 4. The Economy and Energy, a New Direction. Trump's executive orders also target the economy and energy sectors, reflecting his administration's commitment to deregulation and energy independence. The orders include provisions to roll back environmental regulations, particularly those related to climate change. The Trump administration argues that these regulations are burdensome to businesses and stifle economic growth. One of the most significant orders in this area is the cancellation of the Green New Deal, a sweeping environmental policy proposal aimed at addressing climate change and promoting renewable energy. The Trump administration views the Green New Deal as unrealistic and harmful to the American economy. Instead, the administration is promoting an energy dominance agenda that emphasizes fossil fuels and seeks to make the United States a net exporter of energy. These policies have been met with praise from the fossil fuel industry and their allies in Congress. However, they have been met with fierce opposition from environmental groups, scientists, and many business leaders who argue that they are short-sighted, will exacerbate climate change, and harm the long-term health and economic well-being of the country. The Trump administration's approach to the economy and energy reflects a broader ideological shift away from multilateralism and towards a more nationalist, America-first approach. The long-term consequences of these policies, both domestically and internationally, remain to be seen. However, it is clear that they will have a significant impact on the global economy and the fight against climate change. Section 5. Conclusion. Navigating the waves of change. The executive orders signed by Donald Trump on his first day back in office represent a dramatic shift in American policy, one that has sent shockwaves throughout the country and the world. These orders, encompassing a wide range of issues from immigration and energy to diversity and transgender rights, reflect a deeply divisive political climate and a president determined to reshape the country in his own image. The orders have been met with a mixture of praise and outrage, highlighting the deep divisions that continue to define American society. Supporters view the orders as a bold and necessary step to restore American greatness, while critics see them as discriminatory, harmful, and a dangerous overreach of executive power. Only time will tell what the long-term consequences of these orders will be. The coming months and years will be crucial in determining the fate of these executive orders and their impact on American society. Legal challenges, congressional gridlock, and public opinion will all play a role in shaping the implementation and legacy of these policies. The world is watching closely as the United States navigates this period of uncertainty and change.